This is Natalie with the Mago Day Yoga, here to give you a whole hour of Vinyasa flow. I do try to teach to all levels, but please pay attention to your body. If something doesn't feel right, whether it's or not, just pay attention. I actually did hurt my lower back last week because I worked out a little bit too hard and then slept on my parents' couch before Thanksgiving. So I might be a little stiff today, but I'm going to try to demo the whole way through so you can follow along. Yeah, happy to be back. I missed last week because of my back, so I'm really happy to be here with y'all and teaching again. So we'll go ahead and get started. If you have a mat, make sure it is out and that you get a good seat. Also, a reminder, if you have socks, unless they have the grips on them, please take the socks off. You don't want to accidentally be slipping around on your mat. Yeah, all right. And if you happen to like this mat, I'm going to try to remember, I forgot last time, but I'm going to try to remember to put the link to it down in the description so you can purchase it later. If you like it, you'll get a 10% discount. Anyways, okay, we can go and get started. So get situated on your mat and close down the eyes. We'll start with some deep breaths. Big inhale in through the nose. Exhale, let it go. We're going to do that again. Big, deep inhale. Exhale, release. One more time, just a big, gentle inhale. And let it go. This time when you inhale, try to push the chest out as much as possible. And then exhale, release. Squeezing all the air out as you go. One more time like that. Push the chest out with your inhale. Big inhale. Exhale, release. Let it go. Press it all out. The next inhale, bring the arms up. Palms together and down to heart center. Big inhale again into the heart. Exhale, release. Next inhale, arms come back up. This time drop one arm down and lean over to the side. Take a big breath into the side of the body. Release, let it go. Then inhale, bring it back up to center. Exhale, go the opposite direction. Take a big breath into the side. Release. Inhale, bring it back up to center. Touch the palms together and then fold over the crossed legs. Just wherever it feels good, take it 2 breaths. Big, purposeful breaths. Then next inhale, bring yourself back up. Then bring the hands down. We'll take another big inhale into the heart. Release, let it go. Do that one more time. Deep inhale. And release. Then next inhale, arms come back up. And this time we're going to twist. You can take the right arm to the left knee. Look over the left shoulder. Big spinal twist. Inhale, lengthening the spine. Exhale, twisting deeper. Do that one more time. Big inhale. And exhale. Next inhale, bring it back up to center. Touch the palms together and go the opposite direction. Same thing. Big inhale, lengthening. Exhale, twist. One more time. Big inhale. And release. Inhale it back up to center. And fold over the legs one more time. Take a big inhale breath. And then slowly come up and switch over to all fours, coming into a tabletop pose. Knees are directly under hips, hands directly under shoulders, and we'll roll through some cat and cows. Inhaling to drop the stomach and lift the chest, look up. Exhaling to round the spine, arching it toward the ceiling and looking back towards your thighs. Do that again. Inhaling, dropping the stomach, lifting the chest, look up. Exhale, arch the back. Inhale, drop the stomach, lift the chest. You can roll through a few more of these at your own pace, trying to match the breath and movement and maybe feeling out the spine as you go. Nice and easy. Then you'll gradually come to a neutral spine. And take the right arm out in front of you, pinky side down, left leg out and back. If you're worried about your balance, you can leave the foot on the ground, but if you can, try to lift it up. There we go. Pause here, and then you can stay right here, or if you want to, you can exhale to crunch elbow and knee to center. Inhale to extend it out. Exhale, crunch to center. Inhale, extend one more time. Exhale, crunch to the middle. Inhale, extend, put the hand down, put the knee down. We're going to do the other side. Take the left arm out, pinky side down, right leg out and back. Again, you can leave the toes on the ground or try to lift it up. Pause here, and then if you want to, with your next exhale, bring elbow and knee to center. Inhale to extend. Exhale, crunch to middle. Inhale, extend one more time. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, extend, put the hand down, put the knee down. And this time staying high up on the knees, you're going to walk the hands forward and drop the chest down in front of you. Try to reach the chest as best as you can towards the mat. Arms extended, finding a good shoulder stretch, as well as a heart opener as the chest sinks and the back lengthens. Take deep breaths and exhaling to let it go. Couple more breaths. And then we're going to sit back into a child's pose, bringing the big toes together, keeping the knees a little bit wide as the body sinks back. Hips going towards the heels, body sinking down low. And it's okay wherever your body's at. If you're kind of up high, maybe your legs are a little tight, the hips don't want to reach, that's okay. Just find the child's pose that works for you and continue to breathe. Take deep breaths all the way down the back. Envision the air going all the way to the base of the spine. So when you inhale, you'll feel the lower back and stomach expand. Take several more breaths, trying to relax into this child's pose. About 2 more big breaths. Take your time with the airflow. On your next inhale, you're going to plant the hands firmly into the mat, lifting the forearms off the ground. Exhale, staying active. Then next inhale, you're going to hinge forward into your plank pose, and we're going to hold plank just for a little bit. Make sure the middle fingers are pointed toward the top of your mat. Elbows are rotated so that when you bend them, the elbows stay close to the rib cage. And then go ahead and lift the hips up and back, coming into a downward facing dog. Pushing the hips up and back, you feel the energy flowing out through the back. Chest is reaching for the thighs. Neck is loose, looking back toward the knees. And be gentle on your hamstrings. This is our first down dog of the day, so you can walk the dog if you want to, bending one knee and then the other. Trying to remain gentle in the pose. Keep breathing. Couple more big breaths. And take another big inhale, and as you exhale, start to bend the knees and look forward, and then walk or hop to the front of the mat. Forward fold, knees bent so the stomach connects to the thighs, and then the next inhale, you're going to come up halfway. Exhale, let it go back down. Inhale all the way up, reaching up tall, bringing your hands together at the top, and then down to heart center as we find our mountain. Press firmly into all 4 corners of the feet, pressing down into the earth, lifting up through the thighs. Pelvis is tilted forward maybe a little bit. Stomach sucked in, chest lifting, shoulders rolled down and back. Very active pose. Big inhale, lifting up. Exhale, pressing down. Do that again. Big inhale, lift. Exhale, press. Next inhale, bring the hands up. Exhale, fold. Again, keep those knees bent as you come down. You want to protect the lower back. Neck is loose, looking back towards your knees. Maybe shake it or nod it, trying to make sure there's no tension in your neck. Take a breath. And the next inhale, you come up halfway. Exhale, releases back down. Inhale all the way up, big stretch. Palms together, down to heart center. As you ground down into your mat, we'll do about 3 breaths. So really focus. Big inhale, lifting. Exhale, press. Again, big inhale. Exhale. One more time, really feel that lift, lifting through the body. Exhale, pressing down. Then inhale, take the arms up, get that stretch. Exhale, fold, planting the hands and stepping back into our plank pose. And then lower down all the way to the mat. We're going to work on our back gently. Keep the hands near the rib cage and use just your back muscles to inhale and lift the chest up. Exhale it back down. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale it back down. This time, plant the hands on the ground. You can use it as a little bit of leverage as you inhale gently. Bring the back into an arch. Only as far as it feels good. Then exhale, let it down. We'll do that again. You can go a little bit deeper if it feels okay. If not, don't do it. Exhale it down. Next, inhale, push yourself all the way back to a child's pose. We'll take a few breaths, relaxing the back. So settle in, take a deep breath, again, targeting the low back. So take the air all the way down, filling the stomach, expanding the lower back, and releasing the tension. Big breath, do that again. Another big inhale. And release. One more time, breathe it in. Exhale, let it go. The next inhale, start to plant the hands firmly into the mat, lifting the forearms off the ground. Exhale. Inhale again, and this time as you exhale, walk the hands over to one side, getting a side body stretch. You're staying low in child's pose, but the body is twisting to the side. Arms reaching out. Take a big breath into the side of the body. Exhale, release. Then inhale, and as you do, come back to center. Exhale, cross it over to the other side. Again, staying low in child's, reaching to the side. Big inhale into the side of the body. Exhale, let it go. Inhale it back to the center. Exhale, relax it down. And then next inhale, you're going to press up into your plank pose. Just briefly, once you got it, push the hips up and back, downward facing dog. And breathe. Be here for a few breaths. Big inhales as you find your pose. Make sure the chest is reaching back for the thighs. You can bend the knees a little bit still. You can always walk the dog, continuing to stretch out the calves and hamstrings. And remember to keep that lift up through the hips and out the back. Keep breathing. Couple more breaths. And take another big inhale. As you exhale, bend the knees, look forward, and hopper step to the front of the mat. Inhale for a half lift. Exhale, take it back down. Inhale, take it all the way up. Big stretch, palms down to heart center. Find your mountain. We'll just take 2 big breaths. Big inhale. Release. One more time, big inhale. And then let it go. Next inhale, take the arms up and take the feet out to about hips width distance, and then take the arms down to a T. We're going to twist the whole body to one side, feet staying planted. Big inhale and twist. Exhale, try to go deeper. Inhale it up back to center. And exhale, go the other way. Big twist. Inhaling. Exhaling, twisting deeper. Inhale it back up, reaching tall, and then exhale, forward fold, keeping the legs wide. Take a breath. And then while you're here in this fold, you might still want to keep the knees bent. You still want the stomach to thigh connection. You want to check in on the neck, make sure it's loose. You're looking back between your legs. If ever you get too dizzy, by the way, too much blood rushing to the head, you can always come up for that half lift and then take it back down. And then also while you're down here, if you want to try to stretch yourself a little bit more, you can maybe grab the hands, or grab the opposite elbows, adding a little more weight in your forward fold. That's an option. And then everybody slowly inhale it up to halfway. Exhale it back down. Inhale, reach it up. Big stretch. Palms together, feet together, down to heart center. Just take a big breath. Exhale, release. And inhale the arms back up. And this time we're dropping one arm down and popping our hips out to one side while the hand reaches for the corner of the room. The top arm. Bringing the body into a crescent shape. Big inhale into the side of the body. And release. Next inhale brings you back up to center. And then exhale the other way, popping the hips out deeply to one side. Other hand reaching for the corner of the room. Big inhale into the side. Exhale, release. Inhale it back up to center. Exhale, fold. Remember to keep that bend. Inhale it up halfway. Exhale it back down. And inhale all the way up. Get that stretch. And then exhale, forward fold. This time planting the hands and stepping it back to plank. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale for upward facing dog. And then exhale it back, downward facing. And breathe. Big inhales for our down dog. Stretching as you need to in the legs. Keeping that chest reaching for the thighs. Hands are splayed out wide, pressing evenly into the palms. You're trying to take the weight off by pushing back. Don't forget that. Couple more breaths. The next inhale, take the right leg up and back for three-legged dog. Pause here. And then if you want to, you can bend the knee to open up the hip, pointing the knee toward the ceiling. And then as you exhale, step that knee all the way through, bringing it to the nose, and then stepping it through for a low lunge. If it doesn't quite make it, you can grab the foot and wiggle it up between your hands. And once you have it set, plant the inside arm down and take the other arm up. Big stretch. And then bring that hand down. You're going to step the back foot up to meet the front, forward fold. Inhale it up halfway. Exhale it back down. Inhale, raise it all the way up. Big stretch. Palms together, down to heart center. Big breath into the heart. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, take the arms up. And this time we're going to have feet into chairs, so bend the knees, squat down. Try to keep the tailbone tucked a little bit. Chest lifted, arms staying lifted. Take just 2 breaths here. Big inhale. Release. One more time. Big breath. And let it go. Next inhale. Raise it up. Pop the hips forward. Lift the chest back. Bend. Exhale. Forward fold. Pause here for a second. Take a breath. And inhale it up halfway. Exhale it back down. Inhale. Raise it up. Big stretch. Exhale, fold, planting the hands, stepping it into our plank. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale for upward facing dog. And then exhale it back, downward facing. Back to our down dog. Big breaths, finding our posture, remembering where the energy is supposed to flow. Big breaths. Again, make sure the neck is loose, no tension. Couple more big breaths. And
then next inhale, you'll take the left leg up and back for three-legged dog. Pause here. And then you can bend that knee to open up the hip, pointing it toward the ceiling. And then slowly start to bring it towards the nose, stepping it through for that low lunge. Again, walking it up there if it doesn't quite make it. Keep the right arm planted down once you get there. And you'll take the left arm up, getting that twist. And then bring that hand down. Back foot comes to step up. Forward fold. Inhale it up halfway. Exhale it down. Inhale, raise it up. Big stretch. Palms together and down to heart center. Big inhale into the chest. Exhale, release. Do that again, another deep inhale. And release. Then inhale the arms up. Exhale, have a seat into your chair. Chest staying lifted, arms lifted. Tuck the tailbone just a smidge. As you squat down. Take a big breath, take a couple, activating those thighs. And you start to bring the hands to heart center. Hinge forward a little bit deeper and twist to one side. You can expand the arms to help give you a little bit of leverage. Keep breathing. And slowly bring that back to center. And then twist the other way again. Option to expand the arms. And then bring that to heart center. Drop the hands down. Pop the hips up. Forward fold. Take a breath. Then inhale it up halfway. Exhale it down. Inhale all the way up. Big stretch, palms together, down to heart center. One big breath, big inhale. Release. Then inhale the arms up. Exhale, fold, plant the hands, step it into your plank. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale for upward facing dog. And then exhale it back, downward facing. And breathe. Big breaths, we'll be here for a few. Finding your posture. Keep breathing. Take about 2 more big breaths. Next inhale, you're going to take the right leg up and back for three-legged once again. This time, exhale it right away into that nose and step it through, finding your low lunge. And this time, check on your stance. Make sure it's nice and wide. Your right foot is toward the right of the mat while the left foot is toward the left of the mat. Heel is off the ground. You're going to inhale, coming up for your crescent lunge. Big lunge. You want the hips squared to the front of the mat. And to do that, you need to make sure you're off the back heel. Back knee can be a little bit bent. That's fine. Arms lifted. Big breath. Take another big inhale. And as you exhale, you can bring the shoulder blades together, goal posting the arms, and then turn the whole body, opening it up to the side. Be careful if you fall out. That's okay. Just come back. And then bring it back to center. And go the other way. Big twist. Bring it back to center. Inhale the arms up. And then you're going to open up for warrior two by pivoting the back heel down. Back leg is now straight. Front knee still bent. Arms coming out to the side. Gazes over the middle finger at the front. Big inhale. Keep breathing in your warrior two. And then flip that front palm. Reverse the warrior, taking the arm back behind you. Big stretch. And then bring it back forward. Warrior two. Then you're going to drop that front arm down. Back arm comes around and up, finding side angle. You can rest your elbow on your knee. If that's easier, you can take it down low. If you want to take the bind, you can. I'm not sure if I can today because my back is still stiff, but you can drop the top arm back behind you. Bottom arm comes up underneath you, and you try to reach your hands. It's okay if you don't quite make it. It still counts. And then you can expand your arms back out again if you did that, and everybody come back up into warrior two. Flip that palm again, reverse your warrior straight to the front knee, go back a little deeper. And then hinge forward, coming into triangle. Front knee stays straight. Back leg is also straight as your body stays active, coming forward. You don't want to just dump into the front. Stay active, arms expand. You should feel a stretch in the inner thigh. You might feel it in the back hip as well. Just be gentle. If it's too much, just come up a little bit. Keep breathing. And then use your core to bring you back up to center. Parallel the feet. Take another big inhale, going up, big stretch, and then exhale, forward fold, all the way down. Crown of the head, reaching for the ground. Finding your stretch in the straddle fold. Keep breathing. You can walk the hands back behind you if you want a little extra stretch, that's fine. Otherwise, just keep your hands underneath your shoulders. And keep breathing. Next inhale, come up halfway. Exhale it back down. Inhale, bring it all the way up. We're going to come into goddess. You might bring your feet in just a smidge if they're really out there. Toes start to point to the corners of the room as you bend your knees. Again, try to keep the tailbone tucked in a little bit. And then pull the shoulder blades together as you come into goalpost arms. And if this is nice and challenging, stay right here. If you want a little extra, you can try to come up onto your toes. It's optional. Keep breathing. Couple more breaths. And then go ahead and bring the heels back down if you're on your toes. And then inhale, take it up, big stretch. Exhale, fold. You walk the hands back to the front of the mat. And then step the back foot up to meet the front. Forward fold. Inhale it up halfway. Exhale it back down. Inhale, reach it all the way up, big stretch. Palms together and down to heart center. Take a big breath into your heart. Exhale, release. One more time, big inhale. And exhale. Then inhale the arms back up. Exhale, fold, plant the hands, step it into your plank. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale for upward facing. And then exhale it back, downward facing. And breathe. Taking several breaths in our down dog. Focusing on the posture. Checking in on the body. Making sure the neck is loose. Palms are spread wide, pressing evenly. Energy flowing up and back. Couple more big breaths. And next inhale, take your left leg up and back, three-legged dog. And then bend that knee in towards the nose and step it through for that little lunge. Again, working the leg up there. If you don't quite make it, and then checking on the stance, making sure the left foot is going towards the left edge of the mat while the right foot is going towards the right edge of the mat. And then once you're set, inhale, bringing the body up. Again, that back knee can be bent if you want it to be. Might be a little easier to maintain your balance. Big inhale. Exhale. Another big inhale. This time as you exhale, crunching the shoulder blades together, bringing your arms into a goalpost. And then twisting open carefully. And bring it back to center. Twist the other way, twisting in to the front. Then inhale it back to center. Exhale, next inhale, your arms come up. And then we're opening up warrior two, pivoting that back heel down. Back leg comes straight. Front knee still bent. Arms reaching out. Big inhale. Then exhale. Then you can flip that front palm, reverse the warrior, taking it up and back. Big stretch. And bring it forward. Drop the front arm down. Back arm comes around and up. Warrior side angle. Keep breathing. If you want to come into that bind, top arm comes back behind the back. Bottom arm reaches up. Whoop. Can't quite make it. That's okay. Keep breathing. One more big breath. And then next inhale, you'll release the bind if you had it. And then everybody comes back up, warrior two. Flip that palm, reverse the warrior, straighten the knee, go back a little deeper. And then you'll hinge forward, coming in to triangle, hips popping back behind you as you hinge forward. Remember to stay active in the core so you're not dumping into the front of the body or hurting the back. Stay active. Keep breathing. The next inhale will bring you up to center. You'll parallel the feet, stretch it up. Exhale, forward fold. Crown of the head reaching for the mat. As you try to relax into the stretch. Again, you can walk the hands back behind you if you want a little extra. And keep breathing. This time while you're in the fold, you can bend one knee and walk the hands over to one side, getting a little bit different stretch. And then come back to center, go the other way. And then come back through center. Inhale for a half lift. Exhale it back down. Inhale, raise it up and all the way up. And then we'll come into our goddess pose, bringing the feet in maybe just a smidge. Pointing the feet out to the corners of the room as we squat down, keeping the tailbone tucked. Don't push the booty out too much, that can hurt the back. And goalpost the arms, pulling the shoulder blades together. Big breath. And again, option to come up onto the toes if you want to. That's optional. Keep breathing. And plant the feet back down, lift up, pull up, exhale, forward fold. Walk the hands back to the front of the mat. Back foot steps up to meet the front, forward fold. Inhale it up halfway. Exhale, lowers down. Inhale, reaches up, big stretch. Palms together and down to heart center. Take a breath. Then what we're going to do next is chair balance. So keep breathing, keep trying to stay stable. Start to lean over into the left side. Your next inhale, you're going to come up into a knee raise. And then cross that ankle over the right ankle over the left knee. If this is too hard, you can just do a normal chair. That's totally fine. If this is okay, just keep breathing. If you fall out, that's okay. You've just found yourself a challenge. That's good. 2 more big breaths. The next inhale comes up back to knee raise, and then you just set it back down as you stretch, and then exhale, forward fold. Remember to keep the knees bent, crown of the head reaching for the ground. Then inhale it up halfway. Exhale it back down. Inhale all the way up. Big stretch, palms together down to heart center. Start to ground down into the right side. When you're ready, take the left knee up, coming into knee raise. And then same thing, you'll cross that left ankle over the right knee and squat down. Again, if this is too much, just do normal chair, that's okay. Keep breathing. Couple more breaths. And then slowly start to come up into that knee raise. Just place the foot back down as you stretch, and then exhale, forward fold. Take a breath in the fold. Then inhale it up halfway. Exhale it back down. And then inhale all the way up. Get that stretch. Palms together and down to heart center. 1 more big breath. Exhale, release. Then inhale the arms back up. Exhale, fold, plant the hands, step it into your plank. And this time, lower it all the way down to the mat. Coming down. We're going to take the arms out to a T. You can take your right ear to the mat first. And then we're going to roll over the right shoulder. So you can use your left arm to push you up onto your side while the right arm stays extended out. So roll over onto your shoulder, trying to relax into the stretch. And a little bit of a twist too. Keep breathing. If the twist is too intense, you can always kind of walk the hand forward and roll a little bit less. Or if you want a little more, you just take the top arm back behind you, coming into a partial bind. And keep breathing. Couple more breaths. And you'll slowly start to roll back towards center. This time taking the left ear to the mat. That your left arm stays extended out and the right arm comes to push you up onto your side, rolling over the left shoulder. And find where it feels good on this side. It may be different from the other side, and that's okay. Just find the right amount of stretch on this side. And keep breathing. Take about 2 more big inhale, exhale breaths. And we're going to slowly roll back to center. And then push ourselves into a child's pose. So pressing up and back, big toes come together, knees stay wide so your body has room to sink down. Hips going back towards the heels, chest going towards the floor. Hands can stay extended or wrapped around your body, whatever feels best. And breathe. Taking the air deep into the back, feeling it all the way down the spine. Stomach expands, lower back expands, making room for that deep breath. And then exhaling it all out. Couple more big breaths. And then next inhale, you're going to very slowly and gently come up so you don't get too dizzy. Knees coming together as you come up to the tops of your knees. And we're going to set up for camel. I'm not going to go very deep in camel today because of my back, so be careful, pay attention to your back, and always stay active in the front of the body to support the back. So push the hips forward and lift the chest to get that back bend, and then look back with the neck. Only go as far as it feels good on the back. If it doesn't feel great, then come forward. Keep breathing. Couple more breaths. Then start to come forward and come into rabbit or child. So if you want to do rabbit, the crown of the head comes to the ground. And you reach back for your heels or ankles, lifting up the hips, rounding the spine. Keep breathing. And then slowly drop your hips down if you're in rabbit and come into child's. Continue your deep breaths, big inhales all the way down the spine. Releasing it out. Couple more big breaths. And then the next inhale, you're going to start to press into the mat, lifting the forearms off the ground. Exhale, staying in child's. The next inhale, you come forward into your plank pose. Pause here for a second. Keep breathing. And lift the hips up and back for downward facing dog. Again, finding that lift up and back. No tension in the neck. Release that neck. Take a few more deep breaths right here. Take another deep inhale, and as you exhale, just bend the knees and hover the shins over the mat. Stay here. I heard a teacher call it turbo dog. Keep breathing. Then inhale, come back up. Stretch it out and down dog, and then exhale, bring it down. Take a few breaths. Then inhale it back up. Relax it out. Take a few breaths. The next inhale, take your right leg up and back for three-legged. Bend the knee to open up the hip. And then this time, if you want to come into a flip dog, you can. You just take your right leg back behind you, close to your left leg, and twist the body over. Taking the right arm up, popping the hips up, getting that lift. And then you'll come back around, dropping the right arm down first, and then taking the right leg back up for a three-legged dog. And then bend that knee, right knee to right wrist, setting up for pigeon. So right knee comes all the way down to the mat at the right wrist. Foot is at a slight angle. Back leg is straight. Hips are squared to the front of the mat. Sometimes it helps out a little support to keep the hips straight. So if you need a pillow or blanket or something, you can always try to grab one of those. And then lower down, and we'll be here for several breaths. Once you get situated, find a good spot and breathe into the tension, any stretching you're feeling. Envision the air going to that stretch. Envisioning the airflow this way helps the mind trigger the relaxation so the muscle can stretch a little bit better. Keep breathing and try to relax. Next inhale, slowly bring yourself back up. Then start to take the right leg back behind you, gradually coming into a downward facing dog. And once you get there, you can move the right leg around if you need to, getting the blood flow back. Whatever you need to do, maybe rotate the hip, walk the dog. Whatever you want, just keep breathing and make sure you still have that lift, neck loose, hands spread wide. Couple more breaths. And the next inhale, left leg comes up and back for three-legged. You can bend the knee to open up the hip, and again, optional to flip the dog, taking the left foot, keeping it close to the right, back behind you, and then taking the left arm around and up, finding lift through the hips. Keep breathing. And flip it back around, first planting the left hand down and then taking the left leg back up. And then everybody bending the knee in towards the left wrist, setting it down for pigeon on this side. So left knee, left wrist, leg at a slight angle, back leg stretching out back behind you. And once you're setting up, lower the body down, finding your spot here. Hips stay squared to the front. And keep breathing, finding any tension on this side, just like you did on the other side. Big deep breaths and relax into the stretch. And next inhale, slowly start to come up. And take that left leg back behind you, gradually coming into a down dog on this side. And move the leg around if you need to, rotating the hip or walking the dog, just to get that blood flow back. Still maintaining a good down dog posture and your breath. Then take another big inhale, and as you exhale, bend the knees, look forward, step to the front of the mat for forward fold. Inhale it up halfway. Exhale it back down. Inhale, raise it up. Get that stretch, palms together, and down to heart center. Big breath into the heart. Release. One more time, grounding down and lifting up. And let it go. Then we're going to start to set up for our balancing postures. So start to press down into the left side, rooting down on that left leg, and then inhale, taking the right knee up for a knee raise. Taking a couple breaths here. And we're going to open the knee up to the side. Pivoting it open, you can use your left arm as a counterbalance. Keep breathing. Challenging yourself in both balance and strength. And then we're going to plant this foot on ourselves, coming into tree. And you can plant this foot wherever you want along the body, or along the left leg. And the arms can stay up, or they could come down to heart center, whatever you want. Okay, take a few more breaths right here. Try and stay grounded on that left leg and lifting with our breath. And finding the drishti, our focus. Couple more big breaths. And start to bring that knee back to center. Kick it out in front of you, taking the arms up. And then just plant the foot down, reaching up taller, and then exhale, fold. Remember to keep those knees bent as you fold. And then inhale it up halfway. Exhale, lowers down. Inhale, reach it up. Get a big stretch. Palms together, down to heart center. Take a big breath to ground down. Exhale, release. And then start to ground into the right side this time. Pressing down firmly as you pop the left knee up. And then inhale, take it up to a knee raise. Take a few breaths right here. Keep breathing. We'll start to open up that knee to the side. Right arm can come down as a counterbalance. Keep breathing, challenging your strength and focus on this side. And then start to plant the foot on this leg, coming into tree on this side. Again, it can be anywhere along the leg, and it might be different than the other side, and that's perfectly normal. Hands can stay raised, or they can come down to heart center. Keep breathing. Taking several breaths in our tree. Couple more big breaths. Start to bring that knee back to center and kick it out in front of you, taking the arms up. And then just place it down, getting a big stretch before forward folding. Again, you can bend those knees, get that stomach to thigh connection. Crown of the head reaching for the ground. Take a breath. Then inhale it up halfway. Exhale, takes it back down. Then inhale it all the way up.
Get your stretch. Palms together down to heart center. Take another deep inhale. Then release. And then we're going to gradually sink down to toe stand. Take another deep inhale. And as you exhale, just start to come down. Try to sit the hips right on top of the heels. If you're up a little higher, that's okay. Just find your toe stand. And if you fall down to the ground, that's okay. We're about to go there anyway. But if you can, try to balance. And if you feel balanced and you want to add on a little bit more, you can twist to one side, twisting the upper body. And then bring it back to center. And go the other way. And bring it back to center. And we'll all have a seat. Coming down to the mat, soles of the feet coming together in for butterfly. You can inhale to straighten the back and exhale, fold forward. We're going to take a few breaths in our fold. Keep breathing. And slowly inhale your body up. Bring the knees together and push them out in front of you. You might need to adjust so that you're on the top of your sits bones. And when you're situated, inhale the arms up. And exhale, fold. And I suggest bending the knees here too, still finding that stomach to thigh connection. It's nice stretch on the back when you do it this way, as well as the hamstrings, because you want to be gentle on your stretches. If you ever overdo a stretch, that actually causes damage and makes it so you're not more flexible, but actually less flexible. So you want to be very gentle when you stretch. Keep breathing into the stretch. Couple more breaths. And slowly start to inhale yourself back up. And we're going to set up for boat. So you're going to bend the knees. Start by planting the feet on the mat. And then you can decide how you want to do your boat, because you want to watch out for your lower back. This can be a little strenuous. So you can stay right here and just lean back, which is how I'm going to be doing my boat, because it's a little bit easier right now. Or you can plant the hands and lift both feet, which I'm not going to do because it's not working for me. Or you can lift both feet and both hands and do your boat that way, really activating the core. But wherever you are in your boat, just find the core activation and keep breathing. And then if you have your hands raised, you can take them up high, bring them down to one side, bring it back up to center, take it over to the other side, back up to center, back down in front of you, and then take it out wide, bring it back in, and then everybody start to lower all the way down. My cat really wants to cuddle right now. We'll see how this works. Lower all the way down to the mat, and once you get there, get a full body stretch. Relax back down into the mat, and you're going to slowly bend the knees up into the chest. I'm really sorry, buddy. Oh, God. Okay. Yoga with cat. Always an adventure. Squeeze the knees in as close to the body as you can, rounding in. You have the option to take a deep breath and then try to exhale, forehead to the knees. And if you did that, relax it back down. Keep breathing. And then take the feet straight up into the air for waterfall. Hands by the side for leverage. You want the energy flowing through the legs, out through the soles of the feet. Take a couple more breaths right here. Big breaths. Then start to bend the knees in towards the chest. You're going to grab the outside edges of the feet, coming into happy baby. And then you can stay still in this pose, or if it feels good to rock side to side, massaging the spine, you can do that. It's optional. Just find where it feels good and breathe. Couple more breaths. And take the feet straight up into the air again for waterfall. Hands coming back down to the sides. Take a couple breaths. Pushing the energy up through the legs and out the feet. One more breath. And then start to bend the knees back in towards the chest. This time we'll take the arms out to a T, and we're going to twist the body. Taking the knees down to one side. Extra points if you're also balancing a cat. And look over the opposite shoulder, getting a full spinal twist. If ever a twist is too much, you can either come up with the legs or up with the shoulder, being more gentle on the twist. Or if it's not enough, you can take the top leg off and extend it out. Whatever feels good. Keep breathing into the twist, trying to relax. Couple more big breaths. And next inhale, slowly start to bring your knees back to center. And let your spine relax into the mat. Take a breath. And then when you're ready, take the knees over to the other side. And look over the opposite shoulder. And stretch may feel different on this side. Respect your body and make sure it doesn't hurt wherever you're at. Be gentle on the stretch and the twist. And try to relax, taking deep breaths. Especially if you have any tension, take the breath to that tension. Couple more big breaths. Then next inhale, bring the knees back towards center. Take a big breath down the spine. Let it go. And bend the knees into chest, really hugging them in tight. If you want to rock side to side gently, just massaging the spine a little bit, you can if it feels good. If not, just stay still. You can maybe move the knees around a little bit. And then shoot the feet straight back up in the air for waterfall. Hands coming down to the sides for leverage, flexing the feet. Hold here. Take a couple breaths.
And then we're going to slowly lower the feet all the way down to the mat. If it does not feel good doing it this way, maybe it hurts your back, you can always bend the knees back into the chest and lower them down one at a time. However you need to get into your Shavasana. If you are going slowly, activating that core from this way, stay active in the feet, keeping them flexed, a lot of energy flowing out. Keep going, almost there. And then once you get all the way down to the mat, you're going to relax everything. Maybe take a couple more deep breaths. Trying to pull yourself into that relaxation. Breathing into any tension you may feel. Shutting down the eyes. Starting to relax. You can start checking in on the body. You can start at the forehead, making sure there's no tension in the brow. Jaw is unclenched. The shoulders are relaxed. You feel your body getting heavier. Your arms on your sides are heavy. The legs are heavy. Your breath might start to become more shallow as you let your mind go. Thoughts may pass by. You can acknowledge them, but then let them go. Choosing instead to be present and focusing on peace. We'll be here for several minutes, so just relax, and I'll call you back once it's time.
You can start to deepen the inhale breaths, bringing awareness back into the body. Maybe start bringing small movements to fingers and toes, circling wrists and ankles until you're ready for that full body stretch, reaching up and relaxing back down into the mat. Slowly start to bend the knees in towards the chest until you're ready to roll over to one side in the fetal position, pausing there. And gradually start to push yourself up into a seated position. Shutting the eyes back down once you get there. Taking a deep breath. Releasing. Do that again, another deep breath. And let it go. You're going to take another deep breath, taking it really slow and holding at the top for 3, 2, 1. Exhale, press it all out, holding at the bottom. 3, 2, 1. Again, deep breath. Take your time. Hold at the top. 3, 2, 1. Exhale, press it out, holding at the bottom. 3, 2, 1. Inhale. And exhale. Next, inhale, bring the arms up. Palms together and down to heart center. Thank you for showing up for yourself and taking yoga with me today. Namaste. All right, thank you everybody. Whether you showed up live or later, I really appreciate all of you. If you could please give me a like, that helps out my channel a lot, as well as subscribing. That helps both of us because then hopefully you can see more of what I post. If you find it helpful, you can also hit the notification bell so you know when I'm going live next. I do hope to actually start doing 2 of these a week. I don't know when. My second one, I'm going to do more of a workout yoga, so it's going to be a little bit more intense. That's the goal, but only after my back finishes healing. Hopefully soon. Anyways, thank y'all again for showing up, and I'll catch y'all next week. Bye.